いただきこの身に宿す。我こそが太陽の森の先森。アメンだ。
あれはレッドさんと同じ異世界の力。
エルフの得意な力とは魔力の種のことではなかったのですか？
One of my favorite moments or realizations when I'm watching anime is having that thought of like, this can't get any better. Or the second thought would be, did this just get better? The Red Ranger has gotten even better this episode. Sphinx. Ooh, like the freaking, oh my god, it's the best. It's the Sphinx. Oh, like, oh my god. Introducing Amen, introducing the fact that there's another worlder, and introducing the fact that another worlder came here at some point with an Egyptian ranger ability, and obviously they die and they kind of pass it on to their heirs, and they've passed on the power through the 7 generations, is the coolest thing ever. And the last thing I'll say too, or not the last thing, but the second thing I'll say too is this moment here towards the end of the episode where they're showing off the seeds and stuff. This is the antithesis of how Black Clover and Black Clover, Bleach, and 7 Deadly Sins. This is how they introduced the next villains. This totally remind me of 7 Deadly Sins. We have Leonidas' like, you know, evil brother. If you guys watch 7 Deadly Sins, obviously it fell off. It was awful. I had such a 7 Deadly Sins moment here. I was like, oh, holy crap, like that's so good. Like that's so good. I was like, yes, that is such a really cool moment on top of all kinds of other cool moments, you know. But you know, having the Sphinx, like, oh my gosh, like she just, so they introduced this Amen girl, they introduced an elf girl who has an Egyptian power, and she just kept going through like these different variations, kind of like how Red or 𝐒𝐮𝐩𝐸𝐵 Red does. Spirit coffin. I was like, this is so epic cool. It's cool. It's so cheesy, but it's cool. And she just kept transforming and transforming. She had Falcon patch up. You know, she had a ton of different moments. And then at the end of it, you know, when they finally meet her and she's like, oh, she sees Red and she's like, oh, you're the person for prophecy, blah, 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 blah. We finally see her real emotion, and she is a bashful, like really cutesy girl, but she makes it really evident and makes it really apparent that, you know, she has to kind of put on a persona. She has to kind of act a certain way when she's ready to put on her Sphinx outfit, you know, because she has to get in the mood, get the momentum and everything that she calls it. So I just absolutely loved it. I also love how 𝐜𝐴HIRA and our boy Red, how they keep getting, you know, ever closer. You know, he sucked her finger, patched her up this episode, and she, you know, he put the Band-Aid on her ring finger, and 𝐜𝐼RA kind of like got all kinds of, or 𝐜𝐻IDRA or whatever, got all kinds of like crazy. She got all flustered and everything. And then she gets jacked by some big Afro elf, which is hilarious as well too. But man, I don't want to spend a lot of time, you know, because I think really the main things that happen in this episode is the group gets to the desert. They meet and find the elves. They come across the Sphinx. They find out that there was another worlder before who had like some Egyptian Power Ranger power who has passed down through their stuff through generations. We find out that there's like a big elfin or Elvian type prophecy, a prophetic prophecy from 1,000 years ago that said, hey, this Red character is going to come down and is going to save the world essentially from like evil beings. We find out that prophecy came from what's called the Prophet, and the Prophet may also be from 𝐒𝐮𝐻𝐸𝐵 Red's, our boy Red's world as well too. And, you know, he wants to find out more about the Prophet and kind of what that means for everything and everybody as well too. So I think that was really cool. And then now they're going to go and fight against these villains who are these seed holders or seed bearers as well too, who are our next big bads or big villains that we kind of have here. And he's going to partner up. And we could tell that this Amen person, this Amen girl, is going to be the last Bond person, because if you saw in his Zords, all the bonds are filled with the princess, with Tofina or whatever, with Logi, with 𝐜𝐼RA, and with Red. So there's 4, and now there's a 5th spot. So now she could basically be the Yellow Ranger. Oh, and speaking about the Yellow Ranger, I also like the flashback they had with cactuses and talking about how the Yellow Ranger before was prickly. And I like how Red really holds that memory close to his heart, even though he kind of got beat up in that memory. He holds it as like a really cool core moment with his prior group. So the anime keeps getting better. I laughed a ton this episode. I thought it was hilarious. I thought it was so cheesy and so good. But yeah, Red Ranger episode 7 was fantastic. I can't wait to watch episode number 8. Unfortunately, we have 12 episodes this season, or 12 episodes for this season of this anime. But regardless, it was still really, really good and really enjoyable. All right, friends, have a great rest of your weekend, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace out.